Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Hope you're doing well, physically, mentally, spiritually. Welcome to another episode of the Lux Planet podcast. I'm your host, Daniel. Um, I'm going to jump right in. This video today, we live in a world where sorry, putting my chair in. We live in a world where it's getting more and more frenetic, more and more fast-paced every single day. It seems like today is faster than yesterday for so many reasons. People are just getting more and more impatient. People are complaining a lot more. People are a lot more unhappy. Even though they might have a lot more than they ever did, or a lot more than their parents did, or their ancestors did. And yet, people are just more unhappy, more judgmental, more panicky, more anxious. And why? Because we live in a world where society, and I say society with, like Joey style, society tells us this is the way we have to live, and we have to adapt. And I mean, us humans, we adapt very, very well to any situation, pretty much. And so it is unbelievable that I remember only a few years ago, there was no internet. And then when the internet came, it was like incredibly slow. If you know, you know. The dial-up connections, that, what's it called? That sound, the connecting sound, it was like, oh. People nowadays who were born after 2000 or 2010 or whatever, they don't know what we had to go through. And then obviously my generation doesn't know what our parents had to go through, or our grandparents had to go through without any of this, without proper TV or any TV, without podcasts, internet, without the TV packages where you've got like more than 100 channels. Our parents and grandparents didn't have that, right? Landline phones. We had those. There was no messaging, there was no social media, there was no WhatsApp, there was no Telegram, there was nothing. Like if you didn't answer the phone because you weren't at home, you weren't at home. And if you didn't have an answer machine, well, you call again. You didn't even know when to call, but like, call again, see what happens. So we've got so many things today. So many things. We've got better cars, faster cars, bigger cars, we've got a lot more in terms of foods. Well, we got like more food-like products. Not so much food, but like more food-like products. Every day, every week, there's something new coming out, right? Technology, well, that keeps evolving every single day, right? Or every month, there's a brand new mobile phone. There's something new in, I know, when it comes to software, computer software, or something that allows us to simplify a task. Like it could be a robot, it could be something else entirely, okay? But it's related to technology. So, and we're taking all of it for granted, all of it. And the more we have, the more we have to do. And the more we have to do, the less time we've got for, or to appreciate a lot of things. We should be appreciating everything. Everything, you know, be grateful. I'm not being ungrateful here. It's like, oh, we got too much. No, I'm grateful for what we've got. Okay. Everyone should be grateful for what they have. But sometimes it's just like, it's too much. And sometimes I think like it would certainly be better if you were back in the, I don't know, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Okay. And that will make certain people very anxious, very frustrated, very annoyed, even angry at themselves and other people and situations. Oops. And it's just, we come to a point where we need to breathe in very deep and then just let it go. You know, if that is your case, if you feel like, you know what, I've been feeling like this for a while now. I'm feeling stressed because of work, because of bills I have to pay, or because of my kids or my partner, my family, my health, whatever that is. I'm feeling stressed, anxious, I've got panic attacks, you know, and with this virus thing, now people just get even more panicky, more anxious about it. It's like, have I got it? Could I have it? So, you know, the slightest headache, could it be a symptom? The slightest sneeze, the slightest neck pain, can it be that? Oh my God. Immune system down, and then that's all you can think of, and then it affects you at all levels, right? And sometimes we just need to breathe in deeply and then just let all of that go. Even if it doesn't go away, even if you're not like, well, but it's still there, the situation is still there, it doesn't matter. Breathe in and imagine letting that go. It might not actually go away, right? The situation might still be there, but at least you're teaching yourself, your body, your spirit, that, hey, I know the situation is there, but I'm not going to let that affect me that much. So you breathe in deeply, hold it in, and then you let it go. And you can do that as many times as you need to, okay? because that will eventually let you see things from another perspective, from another point of view, right? So I had to teach myself to do that, to just breathe in, accept the situation, and then let it go, meaning I know it's not gonna disappear just like that, like a Thanos snap, but at least I will not let it affect me as much. And it might make me deal with it in a better way. Okay. So, and I think a lot of people really, really need to start breathing in deeply and letting it go. We tend to kind of like, we like to hoard things, not just physical things, but emotions and feelings and thoughts. And while we are very good at doing that in a not so positive way, for some reason we tend to be not so good at, holding in the positives and learning to let it go, and learning to see any situation, any less positive situation from a more positive point of view. If I'm making any sense, I hope I am. So yeah, we've got difficulty in doing that, and sometimes I'm baffled, and that is, and I come to the conclusion that we've been taught to think that way, to behave that way. Yeah, go on, just keep getting stressed. No worry, it's supposed to be. It's what it is. So suck it up. And we don't have to. We don't have to suck it up. We don't have to deal with it that way. Only because like someone told us so, or society told us that. Yeah, it's normal because like it's how it is. But then it isn't. It's not how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be these stressed, these anxious, these panicky. We're not. And that's why there's every year there's more and more and more people suffering from panic attacks, anxiety attacks, stress issues. When like our parents didn't have that, our grandparents didn't have that, and possibly our parents and grandparents, they had to go through more difficult things like, I don't know, civil wars, world wars. Some of them, they actually had to go and fight. I would say that's pretty stressful. I would say that's pretty stressful, or a lot more stressful than you're not being happy at your job. What are you going to do? Right? So, yeah, people really need to learn to just breathe. Take a moment. I know people will say like, "Oh, I'll breathe all the time. Like, if I didn't breathe, I wouldn't be here." I was like, "Yeah, but not that. That's not the kind of breathing that I'm talking about. I mean, like the conscious breathing, where you are aware that you are breathing. Okay, you focus on your breathing, and when you focus on your breathing, and you focus on your chest going, in and out or up and down or whatever, however you want to describe it. And you might even imagine it like the airflow happening, right, between your nose and all of, I call it the pipes, and your lungs and your heart pumping and the oxygen going in your veins. You can do that. So when you focus on your breathing, that's all you're doing. You're only focusing on your breathing. You're not focusing on your breathing and then at the same time thinking about a work task that you quite didn't complete it. You see what I'm saying? So when you focus on your breathing, that's all you're doing. And when you focus on something, you're giving it all your attention. Nothing else matters around you. That's all you can think of is the breathing. And that's it. That's why a lot of people, me included, say do meditation, because meditation, and when they say like focus on your breathing or focus on your heartbeat, it forces you to focus your attention on that one thing. So you don't have to think about anything else. So, and the more you do it, that exercise of focusing on your breath, on your heartbeat or whatever, the more you get used to it, your brain gets used to it. So when that happens, when you're quite comfortable with it, then when something less positive happens around you, you might not react in like you used to, because you can just focus. You can just remember, it's like, well, all I need is to focus on my breath. And you focus on that, on something else, and you might be able to make a bad decision. For example, you might be able to see things or the situation from a different point of view. Okay. And I think sometimes that's what people need, to just really relax, really breathe in and let that go, whatever that is. You let it go, so it kind of forces them to see things from another point of view. Okay, because there's always, if people are looking for solutions to their problems, to their issues, there's always at least a solution to those problems and issues. But most of the times, all you need to do is breathe in very deeply and let it go. And that might put you in a position where you can see the solution, or you can see the pieces that might lead you to the solution. Okay, so if you've been feeling incredibly stressful lately, incredibly anxious with high levels of panic attacks, okay, or you've been incredibly frustrated about anything. Could be something going on in your life, or something that is actually not going on in your life, but in someone else's life, but somehow that affects you. Just remember this. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe in deeply. Hold your breath for a few seconds and then let it go. And you do this several times. And if you do this every day, even when you're not feeling incredibly stressful or panicky or frustrated or stressful, right? It's still good to do these exercises, because the more you do it, the more your body and your mind will be used to that state of calmness. Okay. And I think that's very important, because a lot of us, we just do not allow ourselves to be in that state of calmness. We just want either things done or things to happen straight away. And we do not give ourselves a break. Sometimes we need to give ourselves a break. Okay? The world is fast enough around us. We do not need to go any faster or to go along with it. Sometimes there's no need for that. Sometimes we just need to be still and let the world and everyone else go really fast around us. Okay? That doesn't have to affect us that much. Be still, breathe in deeply, hold it, and let it go. Okay? Hopefully, I've managed to make some sense about this. Hopefully, you can apply this in your life. Let me know if you are in a situation where you need, or you were in a situation where you needed to give yourself that break, where if the focusing on your breathing or something else allowed you to make a better call, a better decision about anything. You let me know in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Okay. I don't need to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I don't say it in every video because some people might not like it, but it would help me a lot if you subscribe to the channel, if you like the video, if you leave a comment down below, if you share it with whoever you want to share it with, because obviously this will notify YouTube that people are engaging with my videos. So that would be amazing if you could do that, but only if you want to, obviously. Thank you very much. I'll give you a big kiss in your heart and a big hug on your soul. Take care. See you next time. Bye.